to the session. This is Shweta Roy, your English Maths teacher at Vedantu. Hope all of you are doing super amazing. And the chapter that we are going to cover in one shot today is the sound of music. Now, this chapter has been divided into two parts, and we are going to cover both the parts at one shot, right? So, that is going to be a very good revision, last minute revision for all of you guys. So, as I told you, this chapter is about two music maestros and their lives. It's divided into two parts. The first part discusses about Evelyn, the multi percussionist, and the second part is about the Shehnai player, Bismillah Khan. Right now, this chapter provides an insight into the struggles and the hard work that both of these musicians had to face in order to achieve success in their lives or greatness in their lives, and that is what that is why we are studying about them, and we have recognized these both of them, right? So, sound of music. So, that definitely the title itself makes us understand that it is related to music. So, see, both are two famous personalities in the field of music. One is Evelyn, the second one is Bismillah Khan. Both are related to music. And it gives us a message that hard work and determination can serve us well. So, as students, we definitely, get that moral, get that message from this both the stories, and these are both of them are very inspirational and influential figures. So let us delve into the very first part. Evelyn Glenn listens to sound without hearing it, and that is something which is also very astonishing as well as fascinating. It's by Deborah Cowley. Okay, so Evelyn is a Scottish multi-percussionist. She was born in 1965, and she performs internationally with a wide variety of orchestras and contemporary musicians. She has won a lot of awards, many prestigious awards, including the Polar Music Prize of 2015. So let us now go into the summary. So that was all about Evelyn, and now we will be going into her life story. Okay. Now, before beginning with the chapter, guys, I would like to relate to you guys relate this chapter with another very influential story of Helen Keller and Anne Sullivan. Okay, so Anne Sullivan was the teacher of Helen Keller, and you all know that Helen Keller was, deaf and dumb. If you have watched the movie Black, you will be able to relate to it, right? And Anne Sullivan was, Helen, the character of Helen was played by Rani Mukherjee, and Anne Sullivan's character was played by Amitabh Bachchan, right? So Anne Sullivan was the only person in her life who supported her, who mentored her, and whatever she became, okay, she became because of her teacher, her mentor, Anne Sullivan. It's very difficult, guys. Both of them had to struggle a lot. It's not just Helen Keller who had to struggle, also her teacher had to struggle. So, this definitely talks about the important role played by our guide, our mentor, our teacher in, you know, making our personality, in developing our personality, and in, making the person who we become, right? So whatever we are, it's because of our parents and teachers. And here we will get to know about the teacher of, the very first story. See, glimpses of the movie Black, right? So definitely this is talking about Anne Sullivan and Helen Keller, right? So why I am talking about this, because this is very related to the story that we are going to encounter, the very first part, that is about Evelyn, because Evelyn also got motivation, got inspiration, and whatever she became, it's mainly because of her teacher. So we find a lot of similarities in both the stories, and that is why I thought about, placing this in the context, right? So she has attained, now see, Evelyn who could not hear, please keep that at the back of your mind. She attained mastery over over 1,000 musical instruments. Okay, so despite being hearing impaired, if she could master over 1,000 musical instruments, then why can't we? So she is so very inspirational for all of us. How did she learn? How did she do that? Fascinating and astonishing job by learning to feel music through her body. And who taught her this? It was her teacher, right? So that was the role, that was the vital role played by her teacher, just as in case of Helen Keller, the vital role was played by her teacher Anne Suleiman. So when Evelyn was 8 years old, it was discovered that she had lost her hearing part due to nerve damage, and the specialist also advised her that she should wear hearing aids and she should be sent to school. The special children. She should be sent to those schools which are for meant for special children. But Evelyn was determined to live a normal life. Nowadays, guys, we have something called inclusive education. Now, when we are sending these children who are, uh, you know, who are differently abled, if we send them to special schools, they are kind of demotivated. Don't you think so, guys? They become depressed, right? So it's very important that we should include them. And just as Evelyn was determined to lead a normal life, so when we are placing them already in a special school, we are making that statement that you are not normal, you are somewhat different, right? So that should not be the case. We should be, so that is why nowadays we have the concept of inclusive education, where, like Evelyn, she studied in a normal school. So similarly, there has been, there is place, there is room made for these, differently abled children. So they should also be accepted in our society and given the same, rights and the same privileges like the other children. There should not be any discrimination, right? So that is what we call the inclusive education. So before moving ahead, guys, vote. Okay, bacha bacha karega vote. 1 day to go. Okay, so this is something which is very, very, very exciting. Something very exciting is going to come on your way. So please stay tuned. All right. Okay. So moving on. She was discouraged by her teacher. Definitely, she was discouraged by her other teachers, but her potential was noticed by master percussionist Ron Forbes. And Ron Forbes played a very important role in making Evelyn what she is today. He guided Evelyn to feel, so he was the one who guided her to feel music. Okay, how? Not by her ears, but through her body. And this worked. So she felt music. She literally felt music. We have heard, right? We have heard people saying, don't listen through your ears, listen through your heart, listen to music through your heart. It should come out from your heart. And this was literally possible for Evelyn, right? And that was the hurdle that she had overcame, right? She had overcome. So once she had overcome this hurdle, Evelyn started her career in music, and then she got admission. So after, how did she overcome this hurdle? Only by learning, being trained to listen to music, not through her ears, because she was impaired, she could not hear, but through her body, through different parts of her body, she could feel the vibrations, right? So finally, that was when she overcame that hurdle, and she got admission in the Royal Academy of Music, London, and scored the highest marks in history of her academics. So she was a brilliant student as well, and her hard work and dedication made her reach her goal. Okay, and finally she achieved success. And she was not just a very good artist, she was also a very kind human being. She was a philanthropic. She was a philanthropist, and she had that zeal of helping others, right? So definitely, sorry, she gives solo. She used to give solo performances and free concerts for hospital and school, which definitely talks about her philanthropic zeal, right? So right? So she was imbued with this philanthropic zeal, and therefore she used to give free concerts. In the year 1991, she won the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Sologist of the Year award. So this was the award she was honored with, and definitely her story is inspirational. I would say not just for the differently abled, but for all of us who are motivated to fulfill the dreams as she did. So, whatever we dream, nothing is impossible. We all can fulfill our dreams. What we need to do is have motivation, have the perseverance, and of course, the hard work and the will that is going to lead us to success. I hope you people are enjoying the session. If you want to join us further, guys, what you need to do is just visit the link in the description box and pin comment and use the coupon code SWR Pro. Okay, so how are the sessions of YouTube? I mean, how are the sessions of our platform quite different from that of YouTube? That is what I'm going to show you and tell you. So, guys, in our platform, we have unlimited live classes. In YouTube sessions, despite trying, we can only provide you with limited number of live classes. For that, we have made it possible in our YouTube, in our normal platform, in our Vedanta platform, and you will have high level quiz questions, and after each question there will appear a fastest finger list which is going to test your real time performance, thereby giving you the competitive feel that you need right now, because later on in your future also you are going to appear for lots and lots of exams. So you have to know how to give the correct answer. For that you need to get trained to give the correct answer in the shortest possible time. That is what we are going to train you. Plus, you will have a lot of exposure because you could compete with the students throughout the world. And even the replays are not boring. So let's say you miss a class and you watch the replay of that particular class. What do you think? Is it going to be boring? Are you going to fall asleep? No, that is not going to be the case, because there also you can participate in the quiz questions and prepare the concept as interactively as you were performing in the live classes, right? Plus, you also have the leaderboard at the end of each session, even in the replays. So that leaderboard is going to tell you your marks, I mean your earned points and your overall class rank. So again, that is going to give you a complete analysis of your performance, right? Plus, you can download the content at the end of each session. You can download the notes, right? And in class doubt solving, you can solve all the doubts in the class with the help of our class teachers who will be there with you throughout, right? So, also assignments, right? So this is a very important feature, because when your doubts keep on piling, you lack concept clarity. So that is not going to be the case anymore, because your doubts are going to be solved then and there. Plus, you have a lot of assignments at the end of each session. You will get assignment. If you solve that, you will be able to understand how much you've understood, how much you've grasped the content. Quality tests we take, and we give you the performance report. Again, with the help of the performance report, you analyze your strengths, your weaknesses, and work on that accordingly. And that's going to boost your confidence up, right? Plus, we are constantly trying to fill up all the gaps that can arise in the process of education. So therefore, we have micro courses, which are chapter wise courses. So let's say you get any problem in any chapter, you want that chapter to be revised once again live. That is also possible, guys. You attend the micro course related to that particular chapter. Plus, we have lots and lots of crash courses, so you can definitely attend those, right? So these are going to definitely make your revision thorough and prepare you for the upcoming exams, the board exams, and also for your future, because concept clarity, understanding of the topic, and making your foundation strong in these 2 years, these are very crucial, and we are going to guide you in all of this, guys. And all this you are going to get in less price. What is that? You just need to visit the link and use the coupon code SWR Pro. The moment you use the coupon code SWR Pro, this is the link and this is the price, guys, that you will have to pay. Only 2160 for a month for the new session, and till March 22 you can save 6%, guys. You have to pay only 25,919 for the entire year, which actually is 10.7 rupees per class. Okay, 10.7 rupees per class is highly affordable. You get it for the entire year, guys. Okay, so that is even less than a packet of Maggie, right? So what you need to do is just visit the link and use the coupon code SWR Pro, and you can avail the discount. Now, talking about the second part. Now, second part is about the famous, Shehnai player Bismillah Khan. So, he was an Indian musician born in 1916, often referred to by the title Ustad. You all know we call him Ustad Bismillah Khan. He was the one who popularized Shehnai, right? And Shehnai we can still hear in marriages, right? It's a popular musical instrument which is heard in marriages even today. While the Shehnai had long held importance as a folk instrument played primarily in traditional ceremonies, so initially it was played in as a folk instrument, okay, and primarily for traditional ceremonies. But who popularized this? It was Ustad Bismillah Khan, who elevated the status of Shehnai and brought it into the concert stage. Okay, so that was about our Ustad Bismillah Khan, and now we will be delving into the summary of the chapter. Now, this lesson is definitely an effort to understand Indian classical musicians and instruments, especially the origin of Shehnai and Shehnai maestro Ustad Bismillah Khan. So, we will talk about two things here. We will know about Bismillah Khan, and we will also know about the origin of Shehnai, how Shehnai came to be, how Shehnai originated, and how it became popular. Now, Shehnai replaced Pungi. Pungi was also like Shehnai, but it has an unpleasant sound. Its tonal quality was improved by a nai. So, how did Shehnai get its name? That is also an interesting fact. Now, Pungi's tonal quality was improved by a nai. What is a nai in Hindi? We call it nai. Barber. Barber को nai कहते हैं हिंदी में, right? Of whom? Of Shah. Shah is Emperor Aurangzeb. So Shah means emperor over here, and at that time it was Aurangzeb. So Shah Nai, Shah plus Nai together became Shehnai, and that is the origin of the word Shehnai. Isn't it very fascinating? The wonderful story, right? So this was Pungi, whose tonal quality was developed by a Nai, that is barber of Emperor Aurangzeb, which led to the name Shehnai. Okay. So this lesson beautifully deals with the early life. As I told you, we will also see Bismillah Khan, and he was born in Dumrao in Bihar. Okay, his grandfather was a Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's court. Okay, and he took to music early in his life when he was only 3 years old in the company of his maternal uncle. Now, his maternal uncle was his guide, okay, was his mentor. His life was a source of simplicity and communal harmony. So, see, from the very now another point that we will talk about in Bismillah Khan is the communal harmony, is the point of communal harmony, which we also talked about when we were dealing with the chapter. Um, Abdul Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. Abdul Kalam, right? So we talked about communal harmony then. We will talk about communal harmony here as well. Now, how can we justify communal harmony? Because from the very beginning, he used to sing Chaitya in Bihariji's temple, okay, and practicing Shehnai in Vishnu temple and Mangala Maya temple of Varanasi. So he was born in, he was there in Varanasi, and he used to go to these temples and practice Shehnai. So definitely this is an example of, this is a great example of communal harmony, right? And he got his big break with the opening of All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938. He also played Shehnai in 15th August, on 15th August 1947, when India got independence from Red Fort in the presence of Pandit Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. Okay. Also, he gave many memorable. So these are the achievements of Bismillah Khan, right? So please note these. Okay, the first achievement was his All India Radio. With the opening of All India Radio, he got his first break. Second, he played Chennai on 15th August. And he also gave many memorable performances both in India and abroad. He also gave music in two movies, another achievement, two movies. So here we will be talking about the achievements. So if a question comes about achievements of Bismillah Khan, you can take points from here, and that question is going to be very scoring because you can just write about his achievements and you can get good marks, right? So Goonj Uthi Shehnai and Sanadi Apanna. These are the two movies where he gave music, and also he had a great love for his motherland. Okay, especially Banaras and the holy Ganga. He was so attached to his place, his own motherland, that he even refused an offer to be the head of Shehnai School in the USA. So he also received an offer, but he refused that offer because he was so very connected to his own soil, right? He was awarded India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna, in 2011. These are some very important points that we need to remember. And in the end, his life is perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India. One that effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shehnai at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. So this is an example of what we can call communal harmony, right? So this is something which we need to keep in mind. Okay, so now we will start with the question answers from both these chapters. So first we will start with the extract based question. You can see over here this extract, as you can understand, as for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, and even my hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick to her fingertips. So this is how this is taken from, as you can very well guess, this has been taken from the first part where we learnt about Evelyn. By leaning against, so this is beautifully described how Evelyn learned to, feel music through her body. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonances flowing, so the vibrations, right, flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs. So that is how she used to feel the music, right? So how does Evelyn hear the sound of xylophone? Through her ears, through her fingertips, through the gadget that she uses for hearing? None of the above. Please give me the answers in the chat box. Very, very simple answer. Let's check. Okay, so it is B. I hope everyone has got this correct. With that, we will move to the next question. Why does she remove her shoes on a wooden platform during her performance? She can feel the vibrations of music through her feet, to legs, because she thinks it's a matter of reverence. That is why she removes the shoes. Because so that she can be comfortable while playing, or none of the above. Come on, please let me know. Yes, it is the first option which is correct. Please make this correction. It will be feet. Feet is itself plural. Foot is the singular word. Okay? Next, find the word from the passage which means take off. So you have to find the synonym or the meaning of the word take off. Remove or passing up, none of the above. Very simple, guys. Remove. So how many of you got all of the three answers correct? Give me a quick high five. Okay, let's proceed. 2 marks, that is the subjective part. Who had brought Shehnai to the classical stage and what was he honored with? Very, very easy, guys. Of course, it is Ustad Bismillah Khan. Okay, he started picking up the finger nuances of Shehnai under the guidance of his maternal uncle Ali Bux. Ali Bux was his maternal uncle who guided him, and in his company he learned. Right? He had been honored with the Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri, and Padma Vibhushan. These were the awards given to uh, the Shehnai player, the Shehnai maestro. 3 marks questions. What is the difference between a Pungi and a Shehnai? I already talked about this. Okay, it could be noticed in their shapes. I showed you the picture as well, you could see. Okay, and also the sound produced by them. A Shehnai is longer than a Pungi. I had shown you the picture. Please go back and see. Right? The latter, that is, Pungi, has a shrill, and latter means Pungi. Okay, this is the former. Okay. Has a shrill, unpleasant sound, whereas the former is Chennai, has a soft and melodious sound. Right? So these are the points that you have to write over here. And you can also, write how Chennai was named. I mean, later it was, Pungi's tonal quality was improved by a barber of Emperor Aurangzeb. That also you can add over here. Okay, so I'm just writing tonal quality of Pungi improved. You can also add this point if you want, right? At the end. Last question, guys, 5 marks question. In spite of a towering success, Evelyn Glenn does not accept any tint of heroic achievement. Explain. So this talks about her humility. She's so very humble, right? Let us have a look at the answer. So she had a hearing loss and was discouraged by most of her teachers, but she did not give up. So she was determined. Okay? Ron Forbes guided her to listen through her body and not through her ears. He recognized not her faults but her qualities. Qualities uh, rather than seeing her faults, or you can also say defects, right? So rather than highlighting her defects, highlighted her qualities, right? Eventually, Evelyn learned to open her body and mind to sounds and vibrations. She scored the highest marks in the history of Academy of Music. She also captured many awards. She has given, pleasure to millions in spite of her towering success. She does not have any hint of heroic achievement. She That means she's a simple person, so she has the quality, she's imbued with the quality of simplicity, philanthropic zeal. Also she is very humble, right? So these are the characteristic features that you need to add, or the qualities that you need to add for Evelyn. With that, guys, we have come to the final homework question. As I told you, there is always a teacher to bring out the latent potential of a pupil. I also gave you an example of Helen Keller and Anne Sullivan, right? Helen and Anne, right? I gave you an example of this teacher student relationship, right? So definitely you can take that as an example. All right. Just a passing reference if you want, of course. Justify with the reference to the role played by Ron Forbes and Ustad, Fiaz Khan in the lives of Evelyn and Bismillah Khan. Okay. So you have to write about these personalities. You can also cross refer to Helen and Anne if you want. So please do attempt this question in your in the comment section, guys. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, do hit the like button, share the video amongst your friends, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And don't forget to visit the link in the description box and pinned comment. See you very soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.